Hey YouTube, welcome back to Luke's Amateur Hour. I'm working on the tractor and I've had problems with the tractor and I've been filming it, but I haven't really liked how the films have come out, how the videos have come out. Like, they didn't really tell the story that I wanted to tell, and they didn't really indicate effort, and I skipped parts, and it just, I'm an amateur, right? I didn't do a very good job of getting everything on these things that I should have, and so for that I apologize. With that said, I'm going to show you guys, I thought it was the carb. Thought it was the carb. Wasn't the carb. I replaced the carb. The new carb I have, not that great. So I'm going to put the old carb I had back on and see if that, I have a high idle on this thing, and I tried adjusting the carb and it just doesn't idle the right way. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to replace my carb. Before I do that, I'm going to try and show you everything, give you an update on the channel, all that other jazz. Before I get into that, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to try and do like as many big long takes as possible, but I'm going to run the gas out of the carb for a moment. You don't need to be here for this. Sit tight. Alright, now that my garage stinks of old fuel, I'm going to make sure I don't get my face on this. So, what I got, wrong size sockets, it's going to be a 10, ain't it? They always are. It's always a 10 mil. So what I got is, I got a cheap Chinesium, oh, didn't mean to do that. What the hell? I got a cheap Chinesium carburetor, and I thought that was the problem. And I'll show you guys. I got video of me trying to fix this whole thing, and I'll show you guys what the actual problem was. I just dropped the part. Great filming here, right? This is the actual problem. Focus. You see that? It's a key that goes in a keyway, not exactly like that, but and it's the key between the flywheel and the crankshaft. It cost 80 cents. I must have spent $60 or $75 on parts. Heaven knows how many hours on time trying to figure out what was going on with this. And if you know anything about small engines, you already know why that would be a problem. But essentially what happened was the crankshaft wasn't timed to the flywheel, and because of that, the spark plug wasn't firing at the right times. And with the spark plug not firing at the right times, what would happen then is backfiring. A lot of issues around backfiring and stuff like that. So yeah, it was messy, it was ugly, it was bad. Not really all that fun. Thought it was spark plugs. I might throw a video up of me thinking it's spark plugs. I thought it was what the hell is this? The carburetor, obviously. I thought it was the head gasket. I did a whole head gasket job on this thing. I don't know if I have the video in a spot where I want to show you guys that. I mean, I did a head gasket job on my mower, and I didn't film it very well. I mean, come on. What kind of an amateur? I'm an amateur, right? So, yeah. Good times. Good times. Good times. I'm also doing other work while I'm supposed to be doing this. It's a blast, let me tell you. So, a couple things to note while I walk around my, some might call it an empire of dirt here. Where's my, I got a real garbage rag down here. For my fuel oil leakage situations. Put that down so I don't get a whole lot on the floor. So, what's been going on with my channel? Well, this, frankly, but also it was the end of the semester for school. And end of the semester, for anybody who knows anything about teaching, is when, well, you catch up on your grades and you get everything done that you've been putting off all year. And since teaching is my second job, I had been putting it off for longer than I probably should have. And so it took me forever to do all of my teaching, catch up my grading. And then I got on a plane. I have a video of me going through the terminal. Got on a plane to go to Vegas for a conference where I worked for 7 days. Not fun, right? So, well, it was kind of fun, but it was work, man. I was working 12, 14-hour days on my feet talking to people. And, you know, it's exhausting. And then I get home, and why can I not get this off? And guess who's going back to Vegas in a couple days? I am. Why am I going to Vegas? Well, I'm going to another conference. Not for fun, going for work, going to another conference. I gotta replace these fuel lines. I bought new fuel lines too. Bet you didn't know that. So it's got a shut-off valve. There's a little fuel left in there, hence the gloves and all this other stuff. No big deal. I gotta replace those fuel lines. They're crap. I did get new gaskets with this new carburetor, so I'm gonna keep those because they're in good shape. Pull off the old carburetor. Do a little moving around because it's kind of goofy. There we go. Old carburetor. Done. Hey, check it out, guys. When I tried to get my parts tray here, Harbor Freight, it glued. I got a magnet on the side of my box now. I'll have to unglue that. So let me find my other Carb. John Deere authentic Carb that originally was on here. It's in good shape. Throw that there. It's dirty. Very dirty, but the mating surfaces are clean. No problems here. This actually looks like an old gasket. Yep. It is an old gasket that I'm going to try to pull off and not succeed at. That's a good idea. Like messing it up even worse. There we go. That all came off. Mostly. How many people want to watch me scrape a gasket? So what do I have coming up on this channel? Well, all the tools that I had to buy in order to get the head gasket job, I needed and actually end up fixing this is just the air thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. I also ended up actually fixing the thing, so I needed a wheel puller, a flywheel puller. I got the $13 kit from Harbor Freight. And 13 bucks, that's like man, it's a bundle of bolts and nuts. Like, that's all it was. It was a pre-packaged bundle of bolts and nuts. I could have gone to Home Depot and bought some grade 8 bolts. The thing is that the centerpiece is what you're really paying for. That's okay. 13 bucks at Harbor Freight, I'm not offended by that. You know what, this is more of a utility knife kind of jobber. Where's my utility knife? There we go. So, I got that. And then I got, people are expecting me to cut my finger off here. Sick buggers. What else did I get? I got a new, not an impact wrench, but torque wrench to make sure that I had the smaller bolts on from Harbor Freight. And I did the conversion. My torque wrench is foot-pounds. I needed to do something in inch-pounds. And yes, I properly torqued every bolt on my head. I needed to do the conversion that I needed something in inch-pounds, so I did the conversion, did the math, did it with my foot-pound, and then checked it with the Harbor Freight one and checked out. So, I don't know, either my Craftsman one, yeah, it might be garbage, but it's just as garbage as my Harbor Freight one, and I'd imagine the Craftsman one is in better shape, so I'm not offended by that. And the Harbor Freight one was 20 bucks. Right? No harm, no foul there. So let me see here. Oh, I forgot this part. There's a little attachment part on this guy here that's a little goofy to get off. It helps hold everything together. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. So yeah, I'll post some reviews on those tools. That's fine. I'm not offended by it. I'm not holding out on you guys. I don't have a ton of new stuff going on as far as my channel's concerned. I got a ton of stuff going on in general. Like it's crazy busy. And then you add in, right, I got a loving wife who deals with me. Bless her heart. She's a saint. And I've got 3 daughters. If you've got daughters, you know. Youngest is 9 months old. Did I do this wrong? I did this backwards. Youngest is 9, middle is 3. My 12-year-old is my stepdaughter, but she's mine. Come on, there we go. Something ain't right. Did that wrong. I'm gonna take a breather. Here's the deal. I'm gonna take 2 seconds. My camera stops recording after a couple minutes automatically, so I'm gonna pause that, get this worked out. I'll be right back. Told you I'm keeping you along for the ride here. I'm back. Only took a minute. But here's the deal. See, it looks pretty and it fits. It's just not perfect. So we're gonna keep it in case the other one goes kablooey, or if it don't work for some reason. So I also bought new fuel lines because I thought maybe while I'm in here, what the hell, I'll do my fuel lines too. Well, I'm going to replace those because they're dry rotted. Excuse me while I burp. I'm going to replace the fuel lines because they're dry rotted, but only just, right? Like, do I want to take this whole thing apart in order to get at the fuel line? Because it's gravity fed. So, frankly, I don't know how the guy did the fuel filter when he was here last time. I don't know. So, I don't know, we'll see. And we're gonna throw this guy on here. Gasket. Hey guys, it took me maybe 2 minutes to switch these little things around. I just had the wrong one on the wrong thing. They're even, look at this, they're even color coded. The darker cable, I don't know if you can see this. The darker cable goes on the darker plastic lever. The wire cable goes on the metal lever. Like, that's how much of an amateur I am, right? Just rank amateurism at its finest. But I'm doing this to show you that you can do this too. I tell you what, I called up my local John Deere dealer. Good guys at the dealer. I'm not going to name them because somebody said something wrong. It happens, and diagnostics over the phone, not a great idea, but I called up the guy, told him the problems I was having. He's like, oh, you got a head gasket. It's blown. Oh, okay, well, I'll replace the head gasket. $10 for a head gasket. Some RTV and a couple tools, whatever. You guys will see all of this stuff. And wasn't the head gasket. It was something else. But I said, hey man, put me on the schedule, come pick the thing up if I can't get it worked out, because I need a mower. And he's like, well, it's a head gasket job's $200 and $80 transport fee. Well, yeah, sure, transport fee. So we're talking $250. He said between $200 and $300. We're talking $250, and it might not be the correct fix. Right, so a head gasket's $12, RTV's $5. If you got the torque wrenches and you got the sockets already, you're out the door for less than $20. Oh, had to do an oil change because you take the head gasket, you need to do all the oil, blah, 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 blah. $35. Did a head gasket by myself. So, guys, if you got a carburetor, you think your carb is shot, it's spraying fuel or so you're backfiring and everything else is normal, you tried everything else. A carb job, I'm not even joking, what's this at, 10 minutes, 12 minutes of recording? Done. I'm done. I just replaced my carburetor. And turn on the fuel, and we're going to give this a go. I'm going to see, I'll put my tools away. I'm going to see if this is the fix to my idle problems. IDLE, not ITIL. That gives you a hint of the industry I'm in. You're probably also a nerd like me. Let's give this a shot. We'll film firing it up. What the heck? Why not? Ah, like a kitten. She purrs like a kitten. Now go. I love it. I love it. Guys, if I could do this, I'm a complete amateur. I'm also quite a bit of an idiot. Ask my wife or any of my friends, they'll tell you. This was 2 screws and a pair of pliers. Anything else? Oh, I used a razor blade to cut off the old gasket. And quite frankly, I didn't even need to do that. New carburetor, $35 on Amazon. The new one wasn't all that great. If you're going to get a new carb for your mower, get the OEM carb. If my carb was actually bad, I would not be happy with that $35 carburetor. I'd call up John Deere and I'd have them give me the $130 John Deere version. The problem I had with the old carb is that when I was at low, at idle speed, all the way down on the throttle, it wouldn't idle. And so I adjusted the carb. It wasn't getting enough fuel. It wasn't consistently jetting. And so it ran all right. It would mow grass, not a problem, at full throttle. But I didn't want to have to do that, right? I couldn't let the engine cool off by running it for 30 seconds on low throttle like it said you were supposed to. If I had to live with that old carb, I'd actually, in fact, buy the proper John Deere one. So hey guys, it's a 15-minute video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm back on the saddle, right? Semester's over. After this conference in Vegas, I'll try and get some video for you guys. After this conference in Vegas, in a little bit here. Oh, I also got some product from a company, and I'm not a shill, and I'll tell you why when I do the product intro video. You guys will see I'll actually incorporate your feedback in what I do for that. So thanks for staying for the ride. Thanks for sticking around. More coming this summer. I got the summer. I'm not teaching this summer, so I got 3 months of vacations, spending time with the kids, and hopefully work will let me breathe a little bit so I can come out and give you guys some tool reviews of the tools I've been using and the stuff I'm going to be doing. That's all I got for this one, guys. Fresh carb on my JD. Looking forward to mowing some lawn. Thanks a lot for tuning in, YouTube. My name's Luke. I'm an amateur. I'm also a bit of an idiot, but you can do all this stuff yourself. This one is only about 15 minutes. You guys have a great day.